Hello and welcome everyone on the Kitchen today. I have a bit of a different episode. Today I'm going to be looking at the World Cup of Train Operators and my predictions for it. Now, this half has already happened. Now, a couple of these, when I got this bracket, credit to someone, I don't know who made it. If I do find it, I will put it in the description. So you can see the original bracket. I just want to say that I did not make this. So the first few were already done when this bracket was made. But I did predict TPX win. That one was not even close. Thameslink, even though it hasn't happened, we all know at this point it's like 85-15. It's 15.09 versus 84.91. It is not going to Heathrow Express win. Now, London Underground versus Great Anglia was a bit of a hard choice for me. However, I decided to choose London Overground because the Overground is much more. Well, it's in London and it's a lot more known. However, it totally depends on the amount of people who live in South East England in the Anglia region who vote. I'm not sure. That one's definitely one of the choices I'm not so sure of. Now, LNER versus Irish Rail was a very easy decision for me, because honestly, Irish Rail was basically just there to bump the number up to 32. And it will almost certainly be a win for LNER. Now, Northern versus TransLink, well, everyone hates Northern, and I don't even know what TransLink is, so I chose TransLink because everyone hates Northern, and no one likes it. Now, Southern versus Southeastern, I know people hate both of them. However, I'd say people hate Southeastern less, also because they have HS1, which, of course, goes down to around Dover. I'm not sure exactly where, but it goes from Stratford. Goes somewhere, before Stratford, I'm not sure though. Anyways, continuing along, SWR Southwestern versus Hull. I chose Hull because Hull is a high-speed operator, which is always pretty nice. And Southwestern, again, it's not really that like most South England, well, actually a lot of operators aren't very liked, but most high-speed ones are, pretty much, aren't so hated. Now, Gatwick Express versus West Midlands, that's obviously going to Gatwick Express because of the extra S's. That is going to give them a huge boost. I'm actually going to delete that because I don't really want that. Now, TfL Rail versus Stansted Express. Again, this was hard, but not for the reason of Anglia versus Overground, because, again, people don't really like TfL Rail, but no one really knows about Stansted. So I gave it to Stansted because people really do not like TfL. However, this could definitely go far in the direction of TfL Rail, depending, I'm not sure. Now, continuing back on this side, I think we'll do this side, then the other side, and then the final. So, Avanti West Coast versus Transport for Wales. People really like Transport for Wales, so I definitely gave it to Transport for Wales. That was a very easy decision. LNWR versus Caledonian. I've heard some people say they really want a Midland operator to win, so I gave this one to London North Western. I don't know why it's LWNR, because I'm almost certainly... Yeah, this is London North Western. I'm just going to say London North Western. So, people really love the sleeper, but people also like London North Western, so I did give it to London North Western here. Right. Yeah, this battle hasn't happened already. Anyways, so ScotRail versus Eurostar, I gave it to ScotRail because people really like ScotRail. Just like Transport for Wales, they like ScotRail a lot. That is and also the social media team really helps. They have probably the best social media team of all operators. There are other ones that are pretty good, but ScotRails is the only one that, like, would be something that, you know, a normal person would follow unless they're just using it to find, like, engineering works and things. ScotRail versus Thameslink. I think I already said this. Wait, no. We're doing that. No, man. So, Transport for Wales versus London North Western, I gave to Transport for Wales because this one I think will be a fairly close battle, but again, people really like Transport for Wales. Even though they do like London North Western, I do think it's going to go to Transport for Wales. Then we have ScotRail versus Thameslink. I thought this would be a ScotRail win, and probably not even that hard of a ScotRail win. So I'm pretty sure this is going to easily go to ScotRail, even though Thameslink does have a good following. I think this battle will go to ScotRail. I did not do that. And you can see them with these terribly added images that I added. Now, Transport for Wales versus ScotRail, I gave to ScotRail. It wasn't an easy decision, but I think it will be a narrow margin ScotRail victory. Now, hopping aside to the other side, you probably already saw who I predicted as the winner, but continuing along, GWR versus LNER. Now, GWR, Great Western, and LNER, London North Eastern, are both very loved operators, and were the big four between 1922 and 1947. So, a bit of history for you. But as LNER controls the entire ECML, and I'm pretty sure some other services, I gave it to LNER. Now, here we have Hull. This is Gatwick. Now, again, I gave it to Gatwick because, again, the S's, if those S's weren't the case, I'm pretty sure West Midlands would have won the original one, but because of those S's, that one typo that Jeff made, I think it's going to get that Gatwick is going to get this far. Now, between LNER and Gatwick, I still gave it to LNER, and my final winner decision, ScotRail. I think ScotRail's going to win. ScotRail has done exceedingly well, with current numbers on the Heathrow Express, 1584, it's changed slightly. ScotRail was 64.28 versus 35.72, that is not close. That is a large margin, that is a, let me just do the math, 28-point margin, that is not close. That is an easy win by ScotRail. About the same by Eurostar. There was a fairly similar win by Eurostar. Cross Country versus Thameslink was really close. I voted for Cross Country. I don't really like Thameslink that much. Anyways, continuing along. Great Northern versus TPX. This one was not close. Also, the Cross Country versus Thameslink was the one that was happening when I made this. I just have kept putting off filming this. Also, literally everything I've put off filming, so I'm going to try and do that more. So, Thameslink versus TPX. You know, that's not what I mean. Northern versus TPX, I was pretty certain about as well, even though I'm pretty sure this is not how you spell it. I don't think it's that. Wait, maybe? Actually, Transpen. Is there really that I? I don't think that I is supposed to be there. I just put TPX though because, yeah. So then we have Heathrow Express versus GWR, the first on this area, and that wasn't even close. It's 84.95 to 15.05. It's one of the two battles where the difference is larger than one operator's thing, and this one it's not even close. 765 votes versus 4,308. That is not a close match. That is a harsh defeat. Ouch. But I'm probably going to look at this bracket every week or so, maybe. I think I'll do an update on this bracket once these are finished. See how it holds up, and then once this, as well as this. Wait, no, that's what's already happened. These, and then probably one final one. Looking at the final matchups, I'm not sure, but I think at least a fair amount of these final matchups will occur. Because if we're going to be fair, Transport for Wales, GWR, Hull, Gatwick, and Thameslink. And Transport for Wales, London North Western, ScotRail, Thameslink, GWR, LNER, Hull, and Gatwick are all strong opponents. However, only one can win, and that's almost certainly going to be ScotRail. I am going to say ScotRail will be the winner. Anyways, that is my prediction for the 2021 World Cup of Train Operators. And thank you all for watching. I'm the Kestrel, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.